Hey, second graders. This week we're going to continue to talk about technology, and specifically, we're going to be talking about the impact of new technology or new inventions that are happening in relation to the pandemic. What's been amazing about this time in our world is that when things get tough, people begin to get creative, and some really amazing inventions are coming out of a big time of need. Today, we're going to specifically be talking about something called the Hygiene Hook. So I'll give you a little preview of what that looks like. And you can see there it's a really simple design, but it's a hands-free door opener. Several varieties of hygiene-friendly door hooks are in the pipeline. They're intended to help us navigate that tricky moment when we need to open doors with sanitized hands. Epidemiologists, so people who are studying the epidemic, estimate that the coronavirus can live on surfaces like stainless steel for up to 3 days. So when you think about doors, especially doors, not maybe in our houses, but like out at stores, those a lot of the time are made out of steel. So these devices could be a huge game changer in environments such as hospitals, where hand sanitation is really a matter of life and death. Some door opening devices have already found their way to the market, including this really cool hygiene hook created by someone from London. Small enough to fit in your pocket and made from easy to clean, non-porous material, the gadget is already available in 4 different varieties. Brooks, the inventor, has had requests from NHS Wales and is meanwhile donating a hook for every one that he sells. So as I was learning about the hygiene hook, some things that were surprising or interesting to me as I was reading was I didn't realize, it was surprising to me that the coronavirus can live on a stainless steel surface for up to 3 days. I knew it could live on something for a while, but 3 days is a long time. Something that I also thought was interesting is that these hygiene hooks are small and they can just fit in your pocket, so you could really bring them anywhere. I also thought that it was interesting that they're easy to clean and they're non-porous, so that means that they do not absorb water or liquid or things like that. And that is probably really important when we're thinking about how we're trying to keep our hands from not touching our face or touching other things so that we're not getting any germs, not just the coronavirus. That's what I thought was the coolest thing about this hygiene hook, is that I could see myself using this lots of different places and not just during a pandemic. It could really, really cut down on spread of germs. So with that, second graders, let's go ahead and we're going to look at, here are some different prototypes. So I was unable to find the original inventor of this hygiene hook, but I did see lots of different ideas on prototypes. And so you can see here, just think about, what do you notice about the different hygiene hooks that were created here? You can see on these blue ones, these are actually 3D printing models. And then the other ones, you can see this one's being used. And this one looks kind of similar to this one right here. But be thinking about what's similar, what's different, and what might be easier to use. I do know on this one, when I was reading about it, this one is not only a hygiene hook, but this end point right here is also supposed to be so that you can push buttons. So for example, if you were in an elevator, you could push the button, so you could end up going to another floor where you need to go without having to use your hands or getting any germs or contact. So looking at these prototypes, which one do you think would be the best one to use? And why? Last today with our lessons, friends, it's a challenge time. So now it's your turn to create your own hygiene hook at home. Use any supplies that you have, but what I'm asking you though is do not use something that's already a hook. So for example, I was starting to look for supplies and I noticed this tape dispenser, actually I could flip, and I was able to open our kitchen cabinets with it, but then I thought, one, well, I didn't create this, it was already there. But two, I don't think this is going to help me. It might not be strong enough or big enough to actually work on doors at stores and things like that. So be creative, find supplies that are around your home, and make your own hygiene hook. Then record a video of you using your hygiene hook and explain why it's an important invention. So again, think about, why do we need these hygiene hooks and why are they important during this pandemic? Send any of your completed videos to your teachers and we can't wait to hear from you. See you next time, second graders.